What's up with it, man? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Be sure to hit that like. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed. And also hit the notifications too so that you're able to get each and every one of my videos, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Lamelo Ball and Dame Lillard at this point in time right now. But it's more so about a comparison as to what Lamelo can do in comparison to Dame in terms of running an offense. Now, last night, Lamelo came in and wrecked shop. He had 27 points, uh, five assists and 7 rebounds. Uh, you know, Dame, as much as I love Dame Lillard, as much as I love his game and everything, as I've said before, he's not going to. I don't think he's going to buy in to what Chauncey's trying to do because, as you know, Chauncey Billup was a different point guard from Dame, but of course they played in different eras. But Lamelo at his early age is already showing you that he can run an offense. Um, it's nothing to take away from Dame because he did have 25 points, but up until that time, I think he was 2 of 14 from threes coming into the game and stuff. Now Melo has had his struggles too. I think the game before this, he only put up like 6 or 7 points. But the thing about it is that overall, Melo has had done tremendous this season in terms of running the offense. And I've always said, he's still growing and still getting better. I'm not talking about just physically. I mean, he's growing and evolving as a player still. And we have to, you have to pay attention to this evolution of this kid. At his age, he's already better than a lot of point guards that play the game. Now, does he have some rough edges to work on and some blemishes in his game? Absolutely. He still got a lot he got to work on. He still got a lot to work on. But his upside, oh man, it's phenomenal. Just like John Morant. Even though I think that John Morant a little bit more, aggressive in terms of him wanting to be a scorer. And Melo just, he liked to facilitate, but John knows how to get people involved too. But see, when you talk about guys like that, if you're gonna play hero ball, well, and you're the point guard, well, you got to be able to make sound decisions at times. Now, am I saying that Lamelo is perfect in this situation? No, no, I'm not. I'm not saying that at all. I am not saying that at all. But the thing about it is that when you take into consideration how long Dame has played and the many times that Dame has come in and been at the end of games and then next thing you know, uh, he wants to do the hero ball thing and everything, I mean, a lot of superstars played the hero ball, but it's not always going to work, the same way each and every time. There was a story from a couple sources that has said that the reason why Gary Trent Jr. Amongst a couple others, and I think Nurkic was getting kind of fed up, was because they felt like Dame, all he wanted to do was muster up a lead, and then go ahead and try to play the hero ball. And him and Gary Trent Jr., from my understanding, had got into it. And Gary Trent Jr. was growing frustrated because he's like, okay, well, we have a lead, and we want to be able to sustain that lead. But pretty much he was just saying that Dame Lillard was point shaving. And you know, if you're doing something like that, you're doing a lot of you're being a detriment to your team. Now, true enough, the uh the owner, the front office has finally put some pieces around Dame, and they got a coach, because Terry Stotts, I mean, he wasn't that good of a coach, just in my opinion. In my opinion, some people may disagree, some people may agree, but in my opinion, he wasn't. They never really went anywhere. And then on top of that, you bring in a guy like Chauncey Billups, who has the old school style, calling people in. I mean, calling people out, letting people know, okay, hey, look, y'all, you need to play better, this, that, and the third. Okay, hey, look, you're gonna have to listen to a guy like Chauncey, because he has the ring and you don't. Um he's had more success in the league. You haven't, Dame. You might be a better well-rounded player than Chauncey, but in terms of how Chauncey was running an offense and playing the point guard position, things of that nature, you need to pick his brain and really know. Now, I believe that he's doing his best to do that. I don't believe that. I believe that Dame is doing his best to try to buy in. But this is another thing too. We got to come to the rule changes. He's struggling with the rule changes too, just much like other players are. Now, um, it's going to take a minute for some players to adjust. Some players may never adjust, because when you're so used to going to a line, a particular amount of times, and getting the calls that you used to getting all the time, it's going to be frustrating for a lot of players. You're seeing that evident with James Harden. You're seeing it evident with Luka. You're seeing it evident with Trey Young to a certain extent. Even though I believe that Trey Young just, I mean, because when you come out, first couple of games and you booming and stuff like that, and then you sit up there and you crying, then that that's very hypocritical of you to do. So he just needs to really just pipe down and just continue to play. I believe that Trey Young can adjust, but you're seeing it evident with a lot of other players. They're having trouble adjusting to the new, the rule changes. But let Melo Ball. He's only going to continue to get better. And Charlotte right now is 5-2. Charlotte is five and two right now. I told people sit up here and they want to do going anywhere. Shout out to AB, sub AB the hero. Definitely sub in the chat, and I was in the live. They don't. They don't. I mean, a lot of playoff team. No, last year, well, they were, fourth in the East. And people thought he was going to hit like a little sophomore slump and all that. Now, look, it's still early in the season, but I believe that I don't believe Charlotte is I don't believe Charlotte's going to slip. Maybe they might go on a couple of losses here and there, which is good for them. You got to have losses in order to get better. I mean, peaches and creams and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have some struggles, and you got to have go through some adversity. That's what makes a team better, and then they'll be able to grow with one another. You see Graham, Devontae Graham is. I like Devontae Graham too, but I just don't like it. I never liked his attitude, and that's why he didn't mesh well with the player like Lamelo. And it's nothing to take away from his game. I absolutely love Devontae Graham when he was in Kansas, but it's just certain players that have a certain type of mindset, certain type of attitude, and that's what Lamelo possesses at this early age. Lamelo. I keep saying it time and time again, and this is no disrespect to Magic Johnson, but Lamelo reminds me a lot of Magic Johnson in the way like he's joyful, he's having fun, loving to play the game, uh, wants to make his team better. Got the swag with him too, the drip. Uh, he's long like him. You know what I'm saying? Because Lamelo is gonna be like 6'9". I hope people understand that he's still growing. He's still growing. And if he doesn't get 6'9", because right now he's at 6'7" from my understanding. He's gonna be around 6'9", 6'10". And for him to handle the rock the way that he's doing, and his court vision, this guy right here is only gonna evolve. And see, when he had a donut, I think it was his first time when he played, man, people went in a frenzy. People were panicking. People were like, "Oh, well, he's a bust this and bust that." I'm so sick of that word right now, bust. That's getting. That's just like when I was watching yesterday. No, if y'all want me to talk about all the stuff that went down yesterday with all of them guys, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna get into it. All right, listen. Everybody got to hash out they issues. Listen, you come to my channel, you'll see, and you go back to all the streams. I fuck with everybody, but if you disrespect one another, or I find you in the chat disrespecting any of them, I don't care who it is, you gonna get bounced the fuck right up out of here. But it's just like I was looking at, a couple channels. I'm not gonna name any names, but like when I was in there a while back, people were saying, "Oh yeah, well Lamelo's a bust and he's trash and all this other stuff." Well, when I talk about when they were talking about bust and all this other stuff, yeah, a bust man is, to me, defines somebody that hasn't even really touched the court, really hasn't even stepped foot on any type of NBA, collegiate, or even high school stage. That's what a bust in my mind. Somebody different. Somebody definition might be different, because if you played high school ball, believe it or not, that's an accomplishment. I don't care if you made the freshman squad, JV, and the high school ball. There's some people that can never say that they played, but the fact that you made it. Now, okay, you are gonna have to pay homage to the ones that made it further than you. So if a guy made it overseas and you just made it, playing JV, but you sitting there criticizing that guy, saying, "Oh yeah, well, man, you didn't make it, to the NBA or something like that." Well, the question that's gonna really ether you and put you in the castic, so to speak, is where did you play? And if your response is lower, or you're stuttering, or well, I didn't know that. Nah, you sitting there, you being critical of somebody else that made it further than you, but you sitting there acting like you played somewhere, high. That's just like with the voting panel, with the NBA 75. Some of them people don't belong on the voting panel. If it was just up to me, if it was just up to me, I would have mainly NBA people that have played in the NBA, and people have made it far, and people that uh, really consume the game to the point where they eat, sleep, and shit the game. Excuse me for saying that, but like I'm just basically saying that you have to be passionate about what you're seeing. A lot of them people don't. They're going off of bias and popularity and stuff like that. There's a lot of players that I might not like, and I might not really agree with or whatever. But that's not to say that they're not great players. But anyways, yeah, they were calling Lamelo a bust and saying that he wasn't gonna evolve and all this other stuff. I'm like, first off, first off, guys, he barely played. Okay, guys were getting adjusted to what was going on in society. Not making no excuses for the man. Uh, you know, he wasn't barely getting any run. It was his first damn game. You want that guy to come out there and automatically be a LeBron James and score 25 right off the jump, and everybody's not capable of doing that. It just don't happen that way. But see, you need to take beauty into the evolution of a player. That's what you need to take beauty in. It's beauty in seeing a player grow and evolve, like a Lamelo Ball, and you're seeing it right before your eyes. You're seeing John Morant coming in, growing right before your eyes. Uh, Now it's sad to see, Luca coming in sometimes and saying, okay, hey, look, he needs to work on his condition, because believe it or not, people tend to forget that Luca Luca is still a baby. So like right now, who's a better who makes better decisions with the ball? It's Lamelo. I challenge anybody on that, man. Luca, as much as I love Luca, and I know we're not talking about Luca, but I had to throw him in there and stuff. I'm talking about guys, man, that want to sit there and want to, dribble the clock out. And man, the ball is supposed to move. The ball is supposed to move, and you're not gonna win playing like that. What's up with it, Jelly Bean? See you in the building. You're not gonna win playing like that. You look at Jokic, you look at Lamelo, you look at guys, man, that make their team better, man. It's a joy. It's an absolute joy to play with. These guys love playing with Lamelo, even at they older age. He's bringing the best. He's bringing the best out of them guys. Kelly, Oubre. Oubre was hooping. Oubre had 26. Look at Oubre now. Oubre is hooping, but everybody was like, "Oh no, Oubre is trash," and all this other stuff. No, he's not. Oubre won't never trash. He was never trash. He wasn't never trash in Golden State. He won none of that. Oubre was never trash. Oubre, Oubre, Oubre had Oubre had trouble um with the offense in Golden State. You know what I'm saying? Dang. Shit, you know, Oubre had 26, 5 and 7. You know what I'm saying? Like, uh, you know, he brings the best out of everybody. Bridges had 19. Gordon Hayward, you know, not too bad. He had 12, but you know, sometimes it's not all about your point. PJ Washington had 17. He brings the best out of everybody. He brings the best out of everybody. All right, man. Hey, get better, Jelly Bean. Get better. Yeah, get better, man. Get better. Fun fact, did you know the game was played in Toronto and it was the Toronto Huskies? Slinky, man. Why do you, dog, why do you keep bringing up Toronto, man? But man, we not talking about Toronto. Look, I know what you're trying to do. You think you slick. Your name should be Slick, Slicky, Slicky YT, not Slinky. Cause you think you slick trying to bait me into your Toronto. I know Scotty Barnes is gonna be rookie of the year. Scotty Barnes is gonna be a superstar. Scotty Barnes, if he stay healthy, will have the potential to be a superstar. Sorry. Scotty Barnes is athletic. Yes, I understand that. I understand. You know, Toronto doing their thing, but I know what you finna say. Well, that's not what I was talking about. I know because you a Toronto fan. I know what that's what you're trying to do. Hey, look, I like the way that they playing the East. I told everybody that the East is competitive this year. The East is just as competitive as the West. I mean, look at Washington. They sitting at the top of the East. Who would have thought? But I knew it. Will knew it. Will has said that you know, Wes Unseld Jr. was gonna make an impact, and look what's happening. Yeah, so you know, I'm happy for Toronto. You know, but we're talking about Lamelo Ball right now, and we're talking about his impact and how well he runs the one at this stage of the game in comparison to Dame Lillard. And look, and it's not the shit on Dame Lillard. See, look, y'all don't like to be objective. Y'all like to be so subjective to the point where you can't criticize your favorite player. Look, I said we can't blame everything on Westbrook, but at the same token, what did I say? I said, man, it doesn't help. When I told Antisocial, shout out to Antisocial, I was letting him know. I said, look, yeah, it's great. Um, well, it's not great. It's not good to sit up here and blame a person all on, you know, oh, okay, well, we losing and stuff like that. But at the same token, him having leading the league in turnovers doesn't help either. When we was conversating about the Lakers and everything, you know, but you know, Russell Westbrook is my favorite player right now in the game. You know what I'm saying? And some people be like, why? You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I have my reasons for liking Russell Westbrook. And if you go back and you go look at my channel, my earlier videos, you'll understand why I like Russell Westbrook. It don't have nothing to do with no IQ and none of that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And Lamelo Ball plays the position, the point guard position, better than Russell Westbrook. But that's not the reason why I like Russell Westbrook. There's a lot of other reasons why. You know, and there was a lot of reasons why, because there was a lot of reasons why I like D Wade. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about his off the court lifestyle shit and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the D Wade man since he was back in Marquette. D Wade when he was back in the Shy. I like his style of game. You know, so man, y'all like this video, share it, subscribe, also hit the notifications too, man. I gotta roll up out of here, but I will be hollering at y'all in just a little bit, man. I appreciate y'all pulling up. uh, Slinky, YT, Jelly Bean, uh, 4280, man. Until then, man, it's Polo Sports Talking, ENT, man. I'll get at y'all later.